day. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 12 of the NFL.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. At their own. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The numbers a week ago for Michelle: 23 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. That's to his running back, Sony Michel.
The pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Pats have taken the early lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Matt Ryan sack.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Ball carrier.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The intended receiver, Sony Michel, and it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And not much there. maybe a yard up to the 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now is 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just the first quarter of the tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
complete.
The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21
But
yards.
one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Now it's Ryan. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
It's now
on second down, Michel. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
tackle made at the 16.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
The first quarter with the score Patriots 7, Falcons nothing.
New England on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Holding, receiving team.
Oh, why are we doing this?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle.
Complete to Julio.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
At the 44-yard line.
Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Falcon ball carrier brought down at the 30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
play action. It's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete.
Ryan's pass.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 13-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
15-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Tackle made right at midfield.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Anthony Jennings. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun, Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. New England trying to get to place on offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Brings up third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That third down conversion good for 23.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 6. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
He was brought down.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Falcons, nothing.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Now returning it, Antonio Callaway. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. The Dolphins locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 31-10 was the final score. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action now. Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Complete.
A very solid gain of 27.
Gain of 27.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
To Calvin Ridley. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Patriots' 43-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Gurley. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Gurley, the ball carrier.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And here's Hoff-Richter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the draw, here's Michel. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
That's good.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Able to find Deion Kane complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to throw right side here, complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll turn to Michel as they go back to the ground. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
From the gun, Ryan. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Rush comes and and he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, Patriots.
There are plenty of ways for a special teams coach to get excited. But when you block a punt into the end zone and recover for a score, yeah, he's going to be jumping up and down a big way.
And as a punter, you know that clock is ticking. He just didn't get it off in time. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the very rare blocked punt, scooped, and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
It's player spotlight time, and we focus that spotlight on the quarterback, Matt Ryan. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry? Or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up. And it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
From the 27, Ryan over the middle. That's caught by Ridley.
Ryan's pass.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
The Falcons send out their punter. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 30.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A slant to Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9. Brings up
Here's second and a yard. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And just a yard to go here on second down. Operating from the gun. Ryan. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Ryan will throw again. And his throw is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
It leads to second and 10.
To throw again, Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. On third down, Ryan. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now it's Gurley. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They begin with Michel on the ground, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
And I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
New England on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Looking downfield for Jones. And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Gardner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Number 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
And it's Michelle once again. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Taken down at the 41. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That's good.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st down, Michelle. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
Again, it's Michelle.
at the Falcons.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Michelle again.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're running it. It's Michelle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he stays up. He can't bring him down.
The weight room.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
A big loss.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Patriots send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
4-yard line.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Yards to go.
And he comes back with one complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking deep for Julio, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And now following the desperation turnover on downs, they're set up with a 1st and goal to go. Now this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Dalton Keene, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Complete.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
1st down, Atlanta.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
Ryan's pass. Complete.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a game.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, that's complete to Smith. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Again, Ryan. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. After the sack on 1st down, Ryan. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense.
And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown.
Complete to
Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
is good.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Falcons 21.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on 1st down. Michelle, and some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Michelle, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.